Okay. Well, hello and welcome to a very special, every episode special, let's be honest, of Boons and Conditions. We are once again live. Today it's August 6th, almost August 7th because we have such a delay. But we're streaming on our Twitch channel. If you're watching the audio version, check out the video. It has many lulls. But BNC is the premier Guild Wars 2 structured PvP podcast, and we've been going sporadically for a while, but now we're on a weekly schedule, so we can bring you more news, discussion, updates. We'll have more guides and stuff, but now that we're approaching release, we have actual content. We're not going to be theory crafting all day, because no one wants to watch that, let's be honest. So
Really? I would watch Theory Crafting like all day.
The sPvP guys, of course, are like, what are you talking about? Of course we
Theory crafting's awesome.
Yeah,
Math
okay.
is exciting.
I take it all back, I guess. So in this episode, we're discussing a few things. We want to have each week be special in your hearts and very memorable, or something. But this week we're going over damage, some compositions, builds, combo fields. And I know some people are like, "What are those?" Yeah, those are little pop-ups you see in the matches. And of course, viewer questions. I think we have like a dozen we're gonna try and hit. So here we go. So we actually have one extra person here. I blame Quark, not Luperza. I blame Quark.
I blame Baylor.
So yeah, we're kind of crowded tonight, but that's cool. That's fine. So kicking things off is our co-host Luperza from Alpha Collective. How you doing today?
Who doesn't seem to have a name tag tonight for some reason.
Yeah, we'll go over that later. Move on.
But yeah, I'm doing good. It's great to be here. I'm taking my dinner break to hang out with you all, so I hope you have fun and enjoy our cast. And like Baylor was saying, join us on our live cast. It's at twitch.tv/boonsandconditions.
Yeah, I may have thought she wasn't going to make it, guys. So she doesn't have a little thing.
I was here!
She was here.
I
I'm
was
terrible.
spamming him in messages, and he's like, not responding to me.
It was my neck beard. It kept me distracted. Next up, let's just go with the AC folks first since they've been on the show. We have Zamoa, and I know everyone's been begging to have him back, so look at that smile. Just look at him.
Hmm?
Look how adorable he is.
What?
Aw.
Oh yeah.
Everyone
yeah.
welcome him back.
Oh,
Just welcome him back, please. I'm not going to let you have
Welcome
an
back,
introduction.
Samoa.
We're
It's been so long since we
we're
talked.
moving to Quark.
Oh yeah.
Quark, you're back. That's wonderful. Thanks.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, that's enough from you. Gonna shun the AC folks.
Sounds good.
And we have, and I keep mispronouncing your name, so you need to correct me. So Arrow, is it Harrow?
Arrow.
Arrow.
Arrow. What?
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 Oh.
Okay, so you're some
He spelled his name
necromancer.
wrong, I think.
You're some necromancer guy from Super Squad who kept
I
killing me in
agree.
matches.
You're dyslexic.
That's all I know about you. So if you want to do a small introduction, that'd be wonderful.
My name is Erho. I am a member of the Super Squad. Not Super Squad, it's the Super Squad. I'm
Is
our
it?
Necromancer player, and I am also our main engineer player. And I think it goes to Sobin, right?
Yeah, Sobin.
Yep, also a member of SS, TSS, and I do play mostly Ranger. I also play Warrior, but that's kind of filled by Fred right now.
Ooh. All right,
Yep.
we'll get into your drama later. We'll have
Not really
episode-
drama, it's not drama, it's just...
We're gonna have an episode
He's
dedicated to
the one.
drama. I want to be honest. Like topics, people kept throwing different topics at us for suggestions, and when I did the stream for 18 hours with random PvP footage, everyone's like, "No, you need to hit this, hit that." I'm like, "Holy crap! You're giving us episode ideas for like a year, which is awesome." So keep them
Yep.
coming. So definitely appreciate people who are in the stream the last 18 plus hours. We had like 100 people on average, which is awesome. And I loved answering questions throughout the day, and other people were answering other people's questions. So I appreciate the community aspect. Definitely awesome. So going to the first topic, I've titled it "Dealing Damage: The Do's and Do Nots." So there's a lot of do's. There's also a lot of do nots. So kicking it off, we saw in beta weekend 1 that most people were making builds very quickly. They saw big damage abilities. They went for those builds. They're very bursty, and those were kind of like rampant. So over the last few beta weekends, people actually understand the game. They understand stun removal, condition removal, how important conditions are. Blah 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 blah. So you guys and whoever wants to grapple it first, go ahead. But to the PvP hopefuls in the making, what do you suggest when you make a build? What are like some of the 1, 2, 3 important things you think of when you need to make a build that's gonna be optimal and structured PvP?
Okay, well, I'll take this one.
All right.
So when I'm trying to make an optimal build, I guess it depends on what my team's doing and what we need. If we need a roamer, say I'm on an engineer, I'm obviously going to bring things that are going to give me swiftness so I can move between points. What else here? If we need Condi damage, obviously I'm going to bring an engineer because engineers are king Condi damage right now. They actually are better confusion applicators than mesmers, I think.
Ooh.
So I'll go there.
Okay,
So.
I'm going to delve into things because, again, for those that don't... Hello. Do I want to update my Guild Wars 2 game client? Yeah, sure. That's really random. Anyways, confusion, really quick. I think we touched on it on the Super Squad interview. Is it good right now, or is it bad?
What?
I think it's pretty good in place.
Did I confuse you with my
Yes, you
confusion
did.
question? Is it good? Is it a good condition right now?
It's very strong.
Is it? Okay.
I don't really like how it
It's in the
plays
good.
either.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't like it because it promotes you to not play. Like when you have it on you, you don't want to be playing it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, except you rarely have over like 6, 7 stacks of confusion at any given time, and it on average does less damage than bleeds, unless you're like I guess an elementalist would be the one exception.
I wish it was more bursty and more rare. Like it hurt you more when it ticks, but it's harder to get it on you, and it's not part of a person's spam kit like it is right now.
Okay, that's cool. No, I like that. So if you're a roamer, you have swiftness, you have Condi damage. Is Condi damage, on that note, you think overpowered? Wow, overpowered currently? Because I see a lot of people running, especially rangers, since they apply it so fast.
That's
No, I
a
wouldn't
really
say it's
good question.
overpowered.
Yeah, go ahead, Quark.
Alright. I wouldn't say that it's very overpowered. It's just very good in certain situations. It's like, instead of taking an all-arounder like Mario, you take something that's more geared towards one thing in its damage kit, but it still has all the other round things that you can have.
Shapes.
Hmm?
Never mind. Go ahead, Zamora.
Condi damage works really well, like Arrow was saying, on Engineer. I don't think it's... I mean, it's good as supplemental on other classes, but relying on it as your primary form of damage, you're going to run into inefficiencies.
Yeah, right. So here's my problem when I'm running Condi NG. If I run against something that has a lot of condition removal, I noticed I would just die. I didn't do any damage. It's like I was doing negative damage to the person I was attacking. So it's like a mirror-edged sword, you know. If they don't have Condi removal, I mean, you apply a Condi, what are they going to do? They can't remove it. You can't dodge roll it anymore. It's just going to keep eating away your life. So, I mean, it's... You either have enough Condi removal to deal with it, or you don't. So
Another thing about Condi damage is that it goes through, like, some invulns, like Endure Pain, and the
If it's applied
NG
beforehand.
Elixir S. Yeah, if it's applied beforehand. But still, you can take down someone's 25% life with just, like, bleeds.
I think it has the potential to be overpowered, but it is not, because it is very easy to counter. Like, if you do not bring counters, it's going to be a problem for you and your team. But if you do bring team condition removal, like Elementalist, Necro, and so on, you can counter it. And if they're relying on Condis as their primary source of damage, it's going to be a problem. So you do need power builds.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's more of like an overwhelm type of thing. It's not like your primary focus, and it shouldn't be, but it can be really strong damage support. Just
They're basically
because they're worried about the conditions the whole time rather than the spike damage, and then the spike damage comes, and it's like, oh god. And they're just playing defensive if they have to worry about conditions all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, more back on the top of, you know, when you're trying to form a build against your opponent, You're looking at them, we see they have a Necro, they have an Engineer, and they have Ranger. They have really strong Condi potential, so let's all run a bunch of Condi removal, and there's an instant counter. So it's one of those things, it's like, it's overpowered if your opponent doesn't have Condi removal, basically.
And I think we'll see maybe like one guy in a team comp of 5 be running Condis, but the rest are just going to be doing normal damage. That isn't a balanced build, and not like 5 Necros or whatever you're going to run.
Yeah, I'd say 2 Condis at most and 1 hybrid would be your absolute top.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you don't have Condi removal, it becomes burst damage, in a way, like extremely high sustained damage or burst damage. But if you have a proper amount of Condi removal, it does what it's designed to do, which is really good sustained damage. I'd say it's balanced.
Okay, well, when it comes to condition removal and support, and this is kind of shifting topics, and we're going to be doing that throughout the show, because there's so much customization in Guild Wars 2. And I know some of the people that watched the stream earlier today, like, hey, I've never played Guild Wars 2, I haven't even really watched it, it's my first time watching, and they're watching the footage, and they're, like, overwhelmed, because sometimes the footage goes, like, the trait windows, and they're like, hey, chat room, what's going on here? So, but anyways, what is the best condition removal that you guys prefer for your team in terms of like team removal?
ACO, let you guys answer first.
I think the Elementalist has a really good one.
Elementalist Healing Rain's really strong. There's some other options that are strong, but that's what we're looking at currently.
Is that your like favored current one?
The Ranger Ultimate.
It's got a long cooldown.
Their Spirit Ultimate, you can just remove conditions, and you're like, deal with it. It pretty much applies anyone running conditions.
Like a Shout Warrior and get rid of them too, if you're running with some...
It's like, when we put together our comp for BWE3, the first thing we noticed when we were playing in pubs is like, wow, everyone's running all this Condi removal, so let's just put together the most ridiculous, over-the-top Condi removal team. So we ran like a Shout Warrior with soldiers. We had we switched the Ranger out because our Ranger also has that heal. Was it like Healing Spring? They put it on the ground, and if you Li stand in it, it pulses Condi removal.
You can also combo field into it, but we'll talk about that later for Condi removal.
Yeah, Necro is pretty good too. I mean, it depends on like who you're running together. You know what I mean?
I mean, we had a Necro in our comp most of the weekend. So, I mean, because they have the transfer obviously on the Dagger 4, and they've got Plague Signet, which pulls conditions off of your allies, and the activatable on Plague Signet is to send all of your conditions to your target. So
I love that so much.
Yeah, I love Plague Signet, man. I hope that never changes.
I didn't run it
really cool
BW3. I'm mad, but oh man, I keep forgetting what I'm gonna talk about. But when it comes to like, when it comes to condition removal, do you guys try to have someone who's sole that's their duty in the composition? At least one person.
Duty.
It has to be at least one of their. They're usually like a support usually we put on a support class with healing, and yeah, I would say right now Elementalists have the best Condi removal for the team currently. Through Healing Rain and swapping to Water Stance.
Yep.
The healing is just sexy too.
Well, they've got that trait every time they apply regen to anybody, it removes a condition.
Yes. Everyone who gains regen produced by them is going to lose one condition.
Is that
includes per tick? Yes.
So
it's per application.
Not per condition tick, but like per Healing Rain tick.
Okay, I just want to make sure because that sounds OP almost.
Yeah, no, not per tick.
It can be like your focus, but it can't be your only thing you're doing, or else you're not playing efficiently.
Yeah, well,
and
basically
that's why
right now,
so
I mean, we try to have everyone have their own form of Condi removal, but I don't know. I always feel naked. I feel naked if I don't have like a Condi removal on my characters when I play.
I completely agree.
I agree too. So you either like need a partner who can protect you in that sense, or carry something on your own.
For like a support, or really this could go for anything. I think 3, maybe 4 of one thing, like Condi removal, Stunbreaker, is the max that you should go. And you just kind of have to rely on your teammates to bring maybe one for each other class.
Trying to mix in as much AoE as support as possible into your comp in general. If you plan on team fighting with your character, is very strong.
I forgot to mention that also in a team, typically everyone tries to run their own personal Connie removal as well, so you don't have to rely on team Connie removals.
Okay. Well, what about let's see here. So you guys always have stun breakers as well? Because I mean that's pretty much across the board. It's very easy to get. Do you always have one stun break on most of your builds?
Not always, but it's a pretty good general thing.
It's not as important as condition removal, and
Yeah.
I feel.
I agree, but it's still
what's more-
very good.
What's more important is having well, this is kind of off topic, but having stability is way more important than having a stun break.
Oh no, that's definitely on topic with
Yeah.
what you need in a build.
Agreed.
Well, stability is just sexy in general. It's kind
This-
of
It's very
Yep.
good.
It just goes along with the whole two-phase combat. You're fighting, and all of a sudden, phase 2 will be when an ally or enemy goes into downstate. What's going to be better, a stun break or stability? You know?
Stability, you mean
Yeah.
stoppability. Oh,
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, and being able to provide the AoE is just so much better too. I mean, you can get away with not having it yourself if you know your team's bringing it, but you have to be assured that your team's going to have it when you need it.
As far as I see, the combat is two phases. One, trying to get someone down. Two, trying to hit them. Like, combat completely changes when one person is on the ground. Because you have to have your team, if they're down, you have to get stability or something to try and stomp them, while the other team is trying to stop you from stomping them by, like, dazing you so you can't get your stability or stunning you. Just trying to make it so you can't res them or stomp them or whatever your side you're on.
Whatever side you're on.
Yeah. But the
um,
combat completely changes.
Okay, and you can't avoid this question. You see it on Reddit, you see it on Guru, you see it on the Twitch chats and all that stuff. Everyone here, I'm gonna make an assumption, is for downed combat. You guys are fans of downed combat, right? With what it brings to structured PvP.
I'm a
I
fan of
really
it, but
like
I'm not. I really like it, but I think it needs to be tweaked, like number-wise. But I do like it.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. It's a two-phase. It makes an interesting phase to every fight. It's like, okay, we're fighting people. Now it's a downstate fight, you know?
Yeah, I think I've explained how I feel about this, and it generally goes back to wave spawning. Every time we talk about the
Oh,
downstate,
God.
I go back
Oh,
to wave
God.
spawning because
Why
Bring
did you
it for,
say
Bring
that?
it for all the people
Ugh.
who are new. Bring it on in.
basically in Guild Wars 2 there is a wave spawning system. So if you are downed in that last few seconds of the wave, you'll actually spawn with your teammates, so you can spawn together, which I think is ridiculous and it's like counterintuitive to the whole process of you're dead, you need to be penalized for dying.
Mhm.
And I think that someone from the Super Squad had talked about how, or maybe it was Quark, actually it was Quark I think last time, was saying how you can still, like say, okay, well their spawn time is coming up soon, so I'll just let that guy stay in the downstate so that he has to wait for the next wave spawn. And I think that's kind of what you have to do right now because of the way it's set up, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah. What's really bad is that good players are going to be forced to make the game less fun because they're just going to leave you sitting there in your downstate doing jack all.
Yeah,
and
and
you
they'll
can-
like
you
hit
can
you every
even-
once in a while to keep you down so that your health doesn't continue to go up, but that's about it,
You can even abuse the fact, if you look at what the spawn timer actually is, it's every 20 seconds. So
Yeah.
60, 40, 20, and 0, 20, and 40 people are going to spawn. So if I down a guy outside the point, I'm going to sit there like, it's a minute and 42. I should probably just let him sit down. I should stomp him, in 3 seconds, so it's a minute 39, so he'll have a 19-second spawn timer. So I definitely agree that there should be, just a flat spawn timer for everybody to discourage that
Mhm.
type of play.
Individual, not wave. Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
wave
not
is
necessarily
the
fun. It's
worst
just
kind.
kind of takes
be
you out
It
of
honest,
the
doesn't even
moment.
provide any benefits, really.
Aside from the abuse of the spawn timer, I do think there should be times where you should just let people to bleed out, especially like roamers and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. But
Yeah,
You
and
should
I-
do it because of the spawn timer. You should do it
yeah,
for
because of the spawn
protection.
timer. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think that's a good thing.
I mean, I like individual spawn timers, but then it's like you did something to make that happen, not your whole entire team,
What do you guys think of the
It's
current
actually
state
better
of
for the
down
defender,
stuff?
I think.
I think there needs to be more or less HP in the down people.
I
Is
agree with
some-
you that
Yeah,
tweaking
I
needs
agree.
to happen. God, this is
The
such a
healing on
broad
res is
topic.
way too much. Because if
Yes.
like 2 people, or even sometimes 3 people, if you have like a sport, can't spike down one guy just healing, like if they're just trying to damage the down guy, that's ridiculous.
And on top of that, we have instant res signets that kind of invalidate the whole down state.
Yeah, that too.
I
Oh, the
think all
instant
those
reds things, I don't know.
the instant res
Other-
stuff. I like how Elixir R. If you notice the Elixir R throw an engineer, it reses their
That one's a
percent
good
for
one.
2 seconds. Everything should do that. Like the warrior banner should res like 10% every 2 seconds, or
That's a better
Exactly.
version of it if it needs to stay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I think it should stay, but I do like the elixir throw. You can stop it by out damaging the regen on it.
But it's very hard.
It's hard to do it solo.
It's hard. Solo,
doable. If you're, I was able to do it with a staff Ellie, I think in our testing, but it was really hard in other specs.
Another interesting thing too that we tested out, like we had a guy die, and then we had someone stomp, and someone res at like the exact same time. The reser will almost always get the res before the stomp will go off.
Yeah,
And it's so hard to get stomps. What I noticed in our tournament play is that it was always so hard to get stomps off as it is. So why is this guy resing so quick? It really drove me nuts.
It also depends on what res thing that you do use, because there's a range between 4 and 6 seconds, depending on which one you're using, and that's unless you like Frenzy Warrior Banner, which is really dumb.
What?
Well, no, I was just talking like
Yeah.
bending over and
Warriors
massaging someone back
res
to
really
life.
fast.
You know?
yeah.
Oh yeah, healing them. Yeah, that's
It's
way
way
too
too
out of
fast.
control.
It shouldn't beat stomps for one thing, and it gets worse
Oh, yeah.
if they like run there's a trait in the warrior tree that I think it's a minor trait that gives them 10% faster res speed. There's also a rune set that does the same.
Yeah, it's a minor.
Don't know how many people have run it, but I could see that being a problem.
It's quite a problem.
It's amazing. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I just know they need to fix I Will Avenge You, because what's the point of it?
I know, right? I read it and I was like,
It's been like that for all
what
the
I always
testing
do.
for like months and months. It's like, but if I kill someone, I already rally them.
"But
That's
Failure,
a
what does
confusing.
I Will Avenge You do? And why is it a problem? I.e., fucking rallying off other people's kills.
Are you?
I'm transitioning
He's
for you.
hitting on you.
Oh, I'm just used to it with my chin strap. I'm used to it. Okay, so I know we get this comment a lot in the podcast, but you guys are like you're talking too fast. We don't know what the abilities do. That's fine. We understand. So I Will Avenge You is a warrior shout. Gain might, regeneration, and swiftness. That's all right. 85-second cooldown, kind of steep in my opinion. The thing is that it has an additional effect for 10 seconds after you pop it. It says rallies allies when you kill someone. The game already does that. That buff is useless. You shouldn't run that shout because you could get fear, or you could use a different utility that's 10 times better and more useful in certain scenarios.
Like balance stance,
Like balance stance.
which is a stun breaker and stability for 8 seconds.
Sounds
You
pretty
can
balanced.
spec, you can spec into making it
That
last
is a
longer
balance.
too.
40-second cooldown. Overpowered.
No. I ran beta 1 with I Will Avenge You. I was like, I'm a boss. I'm killing people, rallying them. And then I realized it wasn't me.
Wait.
It was
Yeah.
just
So,
other people.
what do you guys
What
think of that
is
mechanic?
the
Personally, I
range?
don't like
Do
it.
we know?
Talking about rallying,
Because it's
Yeah,
like
rallying up other
zone-wide.
people's
Rallying
kills.
I like
off
the-
other-
I like the idea of it, but the implementation right now could be better. Like there needs to be a max range for Damsure.
Yes, we talked about this a lot. We would have a fight go on at like Henge on Forest, right? And someone would leave that fight, get downed at keep, but rally from the Henge fight, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I actually remember a
Come on.
specific
Which is completely
instance.
stupid.
I remember a specific instance when Arrow left Keep and went to Henge, and I think 3 people that were there, and we were fighting 2 at Keep. He rallied twice while 3v1, and he didn't win the fight, but it's just they let him hold the point so much longer than he should have.
yeah, I res like 3 times.
Yeah, I like the idea of putting a range on that. That makes a lot of sense.
Or what if you aren't involved in the kill in the past 5 seconds, it doesn't rally you?
I just think the max range needs to be capped up at like 1200,
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, for like 1200 range is like nothing in that
That's
game. Or
yeah,
in
that's
Guild
what
Wars 2.
that's like in the fight.
So that'd be
That's the
good,
longest
that'd be
range
good, yeah.
left.
Yeah, 1200
Like rallying, needs to be very hard to do.
I also
feel.
think you
How
shouldn't
easy
rally
it
over
is to
off of forest creatures.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
You don't too.
If you die to that thing, you should just be dead.
I think the worst part about rallying
When
off
you
those
fall.
creatures is no matter which team gets the kill, both sides will rally.
I love that. It's so good.
Hold on.
You always feel like crappy when you die to one of those two. You're like, oh man.
You should feel crappy because you
Hope no
died
one
to
saw.
PvE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should just
I
be
hope no one
dead.
saw the
I
icon.
think like almost like there are a lot of classes that can solo those too.
I would love to see Spawner stomp me if I fail to solo him. That'd be
Oh,
amazing.
you can't
That'd be
respawn
awesome.
ever.
I know
Or
they.
he can
I,
just
I
eat
bet
you.
they can do that too because
Let
the
you bleed
the
out.
NPCs in the
Wait for your
mist
rest
stomp
timer.
you.
Nice.
So Spawnier and Chieftain could stomp. Even the Guild Lord on Memories. If he could stomp you, that would be amazing.
yeah.
It's like you wipe at Guild
Love
Lord and
this.
he's just stomping you. Yeah.
He needs Frenzy Stomp all time.
That would be
Yes.
cool if AI
Frenzy
actually stomped you.
That
I wish
would be
that-
cool, actually. Hello, Debs. Where are you? Are you in the chat somewhere? Where'd you go?
I just want a script that says win down player Frenzy plus Stomp for all NPCs.
Yeah. Oh man, good times. Good times.
And stability. They get stability too. If you get down by them, you're dead.
It actually deletes your character. I was hoping you would laugh more while you were drinking. Damn it.
There's a thing though, is if you've seen any of the people at PvE though, they died to like trash.
Whoa,
So
rude.
I'm just saying. So you kind of like also, I know that they're trying to balance things for PvE as well. So I don't know how that would work. Maybe on like bosses it could be okay, but I don't know.
It's an interesting idea. So shifting from damage dealing and all that fun stuff, because really, like I said at the beginning, we could talk about 1,000 things, especially now that we've had 3 beta weekends and stress tests, and hopefully more stress tests to come, maybe?
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know. I can wait till the 25th
I can't.
without a stress test.
No, don't. No. So I have a day off
sorry,
in 2
I'm
days,
sorry.
so Reenet, you need to do a stress test on Wednesday, because I'm off. So make it happen. Make it so. What are you
So
doing?
close though. Think about how long we've all been waiting for this game, and just 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. Oh man, I won't talk about it. Never mind.
It's pretty crazy.
The only thing that bothers me is it's right before PAX.
Yeah.
Whatever. I have 10 days off.
Sure.
I'm ready for Guild Wars 2. That's my vacation. But you guys are. I think we've mentioned it in other podcasts. Do you want to kind of declare that one more time, Loopy? Loopy.
But what exactly?
PAX.
Oh yeah, PAX.
PAX.
Are we sending anyone else from the BNC crew to PAX? I know the AC crew is all going to PAX this year.
We're all
Not our
4.
whole team. But I'll be there. I know that a big portion of the AC crew will be there.
Just
we'll
got
be-
our 5 passes today.
Yeah,
Oh, man,
we'll be
I have my
wearing
pass.
our Alpha Collective jerseys, and I don't know. Hopefully there'll be
yeah.
some other teams there that we can meet up with and get a drink and whatnot. Maybe I'll do a BNC meetup somewhere. We'll have to find a good. Maybe Court can
Rally him in.
lead us in a direction of a good bar or something that we can all meet at. And
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I can lead you in the direction of a good bar in Seattle. I happen to know all of them, seeing as how I'm turning 21 on 21 this month.
so you got time. You have time to figure it out before we get there.
I got a whole
Yeah,
3
go
days.
level up and then let us
because
know.
I have to turn 21, and then I have to play Guild Wars, and then I have to go to PAX.
Okay.
That
We'll have
seems
lots of footage of
like a
it.
rough life.
It
Basically
is
what I'll
a
do,
really
actually,
rough
I'll
life.
talk with Faye and we'll find a good place that we can all meet up, and then he can make a post about it, and we'll have like a Guild Wars to BNC meetup there for all of those people who are at PAX and want to meet up. I think that'd be cool.
Okay. Sweet. I just wanted to throw that out there. So if you guys are in the Seattle area and you're going to PAX, be on the lookout for AC and also the BNC meetup, which who knows what'll happen.
No.
Back to the meat. Back to the meat of the content. So combo fields. Touchy topic. A lot of people don't know about them. They just see pop-ups on their screen. They're like, cool, I'm doing stuff.
You mean little hearts?
The hearts. Like, oh, I love hearts. At least that's how I feel when I play.
That's what I feel.
Dude, every time I see those hearts, I'm like, yeah, I get to use my Uber ability.
So I'm just going to throw it out there. you guys can wrestle with it again. How do you feel about combo fields? What are your thoughts?
I think they're awesome.
Yeah. Well, first of all,
there are some that
I
I've
think
really
they're
contemplated them.
But they need to
First
be
of
more
all,
intuitive.
I think it's important for people to understand there's 2 steps to a combo field. One, there's the combo field creator, which it says in the tooltip. It'll tell you it'll say combo field smoke or combo field ethereal. And then there's the combo field activators or finishers, the things that'll take advantage of the combo field, like projectiles. It'll say in the tooltip. And projectiles, leaps, explosions, they all do something different. You could probably check it out on the Guild Wars wiki, but a lot of people don't know about them, and they're so important. They're so awesome. So I just had to say that. Go ahead. I talk about combo fields a lot on other like interviews and stuff, and just with general people talking about the game. They just don't know, what's a combo field, So
I wish there was more that was a little bit less restrictive and then more freeform. Like you could do anything with a field.
Well,
Almost.
What kind
You know
of
what I
ideas
mean?
do you have, I guess?
Like instead of something only being activated by a stomp, like you'd be able to shoot through it and gain a special effect. You know
No,
what I
that
mean?
is how it is. All
Yeah,
fields.
Don't
can
lie to
be-
me.
No, all fields can activate on shooting, bursting, and the other one that I can't.
Whirling.
Whirl or whirl.
Whirling.
Dat whirl. Yeah, I mean, it's a 20% chance. So do you guys like the RNG element?
No, I wish like there was a limit. Like it would always happen, but there would be a limit to how much each field could use.
Or like a detrimental
So-
effect, maybe?
Nah,
No?
no detrimental effect. Just if I put a flame wall, say in that time I can shoot 10 arrows through it. With a 20% chance, 2 of my arrows are going to be on it. So instead, why not just have 2 charges of it? And so the first 2 arrows I hit, it does it, and then it's gone. And then so you're like, yay, I used that combo field to its full effect.
That sounds like a good solution.
To be fair, I think only projectiles have a low chance to proc.
Yeah.
Everything else is
Everything else is
100%.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
unless
Good
otherwise
call.
specified, it'll say like auto attacks are a good example of projectiles that have a 20% chance. But like things like the thief's little grappling hook, that'll always proc a combo field. It'll say in the tooltip from what I've seen.
Yeah, so you,
I really
you
thought
guys
that,
are the pros. Clarify.
I really thought that Vanguard did a good job with their weaknesses and then
Yes.
their exploits, and that would be cool to see that evolve from this concept, because that's a little bit more intuitive. You see it on the mob, you're like, oh, okay, now I can exploit that using this ability.
Mhm.
And then that would also play more into team effort rather than like only I can exploit that thing that's on that character, I think that you still get that a little bit, but it's not as intuitive, and not everyone's like looking at everything that's popping up on their screen like that. I don't know.
I think it takes a lot of effort, honestly. As someone who was a PvEer for a decade and is just getting to PvP, I know I'm constantly learning things and trying to adjust where my eyes are. Like, looking at if they have stability. That's something I just picked up like the last day of beta week.
But you're supposed to watch the game, not the bars with
Uh-oh.
stability.
Ooh.
Oh wait,
Oh.
there's no visual cue for stability. How interesting.
I did
Or
notice
burning,
that, though.
or bleeding, or there's
Well,
confusion sort of.
when you're poisoned, your character turns green, and when you're
Yeah.
on fire, you're.
Mhm.
But you are right though. With stability, it's probably the most important effect in the game, and there's no visual cue for it yet. That would be awesome if.
The interesting thing is that some stabilities do have a visual cue where it makes your character larger, but not all of them share that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what
they
I was
get
just
rid of
gonna
that.
say that. I was gonna say,
I
doesn't
thought
it
they
make
got
your
rid of
character
that.
bigger?
Oh, they want to know what stability is. Okay. Stability basically means that no control effects can be applied to you. So when you waddle all over to let's use the thief, because apparently we hate thieves on BNC. And the thief's
And apparently
down,
thieves waddle.
and the thief doesn't know how to disappear. So you waddle over to him, and you hit F to finish him off, because it's very important in PvP. His friend, let's say the necromancer, goes over and goes, I'm going to Death Shroud and fear you. Well, let's see, you have stability up. Guess what? You're not going to be feared. You're not going to be stunned, knocked back, knocked down.
You are gonna be feared.
Oh, is stability doesn't counter fear?
Yep. Fear
Wow,
still
I just
go
didn't do
through.
that. Okay, that's
It
why you
does-
guys are here and I'm the host.
It doesn't counter immobilize either, which immobilize is a That's a different story.
That immobilize.
I
That
hate
immobilize
immobilize.
is a little bit stronger than stun. in
Little
some
bit.
I
situations.
just got corrected. How embarrassing.
And it might be all over the place too.
Okay, but
It might
basically,
be.
Everywhere.
you can't be controlled minus those exceptions because again, they're the guests and they're the knowledgeable ones, and I just ask random questions and look pretty with my chin strap. So, I mean, what do you guys have to say about immobilize and fear and stuff for stability? I know you guys sound like you had something to say.
No.
What to say?
We just want to sit here and be bitter about immobilize. Actually,
Oh, okay. Well, like permanent immobilize
Well,
from thieves.
what-
Here's the thing about immobilize.
All right.
If I'm immobilized, I can't dodge roll, and I can't move, and I can't turn my character.
Can't turn.
What? The only
What
thing
is
that's
it?
going to remove it is condition removal, right? And I usually save my condition removals for condition damage because I don't know. I hate immobilize. I think stun breaks. I think the solution would be to have stun breaks and condition removal take off immobilize. That's my solution.
The interesting thing is when we're talking about bringing stun breaks, if we all bring stun breaks, I was actually going to mention this, that because stun breaks don't remove the most powerful CC in the game, which in my opinion is immobilized because of the durations, usually exceeds 3 seconds, and they aren't stun breakable, that con removals are actually better for getting out tight spots, while team stability can get you out of stun. Well, not get you out of stun, but prevent a stun chain on you. I think it's like that's really important to be able to counter it. And yeah, it is really strong.
Yeah.
For a lot of immobilize skills, you have, let's say, 4 seconds of immobilize. It works just the same as a stun when you are behind them because they can't do anything.
yep.
And
Well,
it's on a
they can
much
heal.
lower cooldown. Oh,
Yes.
good job. They can heal.
Yep.
Whoopee.
They can take it up the bum though, pretty
yes,
well.
they can.
Yeah, so silly.
All right. Well,
And it's also really frequent too, especially with poison sharing and immobilize poison. It's like, hey, everyone, all your attacks immobilize.
Not poison.
Let's just
I agree.
let's keep this guy here for 10 plus seconds. Sounds fair. Sounds like he's having a good time.
It's the one thing about poison share that I think can't be fixed without really changing how the venom
If
works.
you
Wait, are we talking about
Venom
poison
share?
share?
Venom
Yeah,
share,
poison
what they're
share
talking
with
about.
venom share with devourer venom. That's the one
Yeah.
problematic venom.
And what you can do with, we'll say, an NG rifle is you get your venom immobilized. Then you shoot him once. He's immobilized for 2 seconds, I think. And then you shoot him again, so that's 4 seconds. And then you net him, and then you're like, you're not going to get to this point, and then you instantly capture the first point if it's a one-on-one.
I'm gonna have an episode dedicated to immobilize. I've decided it.
And all of the rage that
And
follows.
All the rage.
How about just CC in general and how they allow things to stack?
No DR.
Just like right off the bat.
Yeah.
What do you mean by stacking?
Like instead of you having to all time things, everything as soon as you guys all put it on, it'll last for that duration. Like
It's
You each have-
conditioned duration
yeah.
stacking.
yeah, so
Actually,
if you guys each have 1 second, it just adds on.
Actually,
to it.
from what I can tell, the only stun that actually stacks duration is what's that venom called? Basilisk venom. All the other ones just refresh the duration.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they
Also
changed
days.
it.
Yeah, because I was messing around the warrior and I mace stunned whatever the mace adrenaline crack is, and then I used the 2, which is the daze. The stun would normally last 2 seconds, but I immediately followed up with a daze, and I noticed that the stun didn't last 2 seconds, but the daze went into effect. Like my daze actually broke the guy's stun, so I don't think they stack, or maybe just daze is breaking opponent stuns. I don't know.
They used to. Interesting.
One that definitely does stack duration CC wise is cripple, but at least it's soft. Or
Cripple and
Chill?
and
Yeah.
Chill. Oh, God.
we
Oh,
love
yeah.
chill.
Why
Cripple and
chill?
chill.
That's their
Why?
favorite.
Necromancers now apply chill when they blind. So good.
I think everyone should apply chill on weapon swap. Oh wait,
Oh,
Chill and poison on weapon swap. That sounds fun.
I guess if ArenaNet's listening, why so much chill, bro?
Why are you so
Like,
chill?
Why is your
Oh,
game
oh,
so
yeah.
It's
cool?
cripple except stronger and has an awesome secondary effect for cooldowns.
Yeah, it
so
seems really redundant.
why
on
can
both
so
of
many
them.
classes do it so often? Like, why?
Oh, Axe 3. on Ranger. So good.
But
I would understand
Chill
the
for days.
frequency of chill,
So,
but the problem is that chill's duration, in a lot of cases, can actually be longer than the longest cripples you can apply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
Like Ranger,
I think
Frost
like
Trap,
on melee class.
Staff, Frostfield.
I think chill would be good on melee classes, but range classes, it just seems
You
they
don't
don't
need
really
chill.
need that.
Say the
Yeah.
word. Overpowered.
You know what would be cool? If cripple prevented dodge roll.
Whoa.
That would be awesome.
We were actually talking about how dodge rolls shouldn't give you like full immunity, pretty much.
No, it's not a dodge roll. It is a 1 second immunity.
I think it's needed.
That
Like,
moves.
time to kill would be so ridiculously low if there was no active defenses like dodge roll. Because there are no dedicated healers. I don't think it would work.
No, it's still an active defense. It's just it doesn't fucking change.
there would need to
Stop
be.
everything.
They would need to completely redesign around it. I don't think it's a bad idea though, but we need to be able to dodge more. There would need to be more emphasis on skill shots rather than instant hits.
Yeah. I think reducing dodge roll as it is right now would really, really hurt. Like, time to kill would be insanely low.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then there's some problem builds that you know it kind of skews the average up higher than it is as far as ability to dodge. Like, hey, I heard this 5-point trait for rangers that gives you
Oh,
50%
really?
more endurance range regen.
I
I
heard
heard
it.
it's pretty good.
Pretty
Um,
good.
Aren't they
Rolling
nerfing
for
that?
days.
Aren't they nerfing that or something? I thought I heard a post in the forums before they. Okay, rant session. Hold on, stop everything. Why did the forums go down instantly before I could read them? They're like, oh, they're up for like 24 hours. Sorry, I have to go sleep because I was up for 60 hours and go to work. And when I get back, the forums are down. Are you serious? I run a fan site. I need to collect information. Okay.
Well,
Thank
it's not
you.
only that, it's like people who are streaming all weekend and then we want to give our feedback. We don't get enough time to.
People who put the most time in the game can't see the forums. That's pretty much how it works.
That's very true.
Come on.
But
I guess it doesn't matter now.
stress tests at noon too on a weekday. Problem?
Europeans,
Oh, man.
Uh-huh.
Europeans. Because you know how Arena, that's a European company. I love the Europeans. We have a lot of listeners who. are
I
European,
love Europeans. Don't get me wrong.
I love
They're
Europeans
amazing.
too.
But Arena,
I think we're
come
all in
on.
agreement that Europeans are really awesome. I'm not
My
saying
ancestors
Americans
are
are bad. I'm
Europeans.
just
Come on.
saying
No.
Europeans.
We're just jealous that you get to play more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All the Europeans that are
better.
awake right now, like at 6 a.m. Okay. Let's do some.
Yeah.
Q&A.
Give us some EU shoutouts in the chat if you're here from
Yeah,
the.
if you're in Europe, like, tell us. Come on. I see you guys in there. While you guys do shoutouts, we have some questions and answers. Whoa, hold up on sound. You simmer down with your Euro hate. You're not going to be our support guardian in our team anymore if you keep that attitude up.
I think they want you to change Sobin's picture back. No, I'm just kidding.
Aw.
The other one. Just kidding.
No way, man.
Listen now.
For the
It's
ears.
still Psy. It's
Keep
still
it as
Psy.
that.
Yeah, he's
Psy.
cute. That's actually my Facebook picture as of last night. So, okay, some of the questions. I try to have them in more order where they're damage-centric. So, top one, from the Twitch channel today, we have Mohokias. That's your new name. Which professions do you feel work the best together in certain situations? So, what are your favorite pairings of professions currently?
I guess favorite pairing in like 5v5s.
Yeah, like if two people have to go to a point or hold a point or something.
Oh, I know.
for like 2v2s.
Stun warrior plus stun warrior.
That's me and Typo. That's me and Typo. We just run around.
Mm.
Oh, I should have had our footage.
What do you think,
prepared.
Sobin? Best 2v2.
It's 2v2.
That's
Ranger
hard.
Thief.
Ranger Thief. I disagree. I have to say.
Engineer's not in that duo. What are you talking about?
So skip me. I gotta think about this really hard.
What's yours, Samoa?
Samoa, Quark. What do you guys think? I gotta think.
I
I want to say Ranger Ellie.
I saw Broly the other day, which I thought was awesome. Mesmer Guardian is pretty awesome.
What? Guardians, mesmers.
No, just because they can last a long time. Because there's a minor trait that mesmers get. Whenever you get regeneration, you get protection. And
What?
the Guardian had a mace, and he kept dropping regen circles, and the mesmer kept rolling through it, and he had basically perma protection. And they were both tank spec. It was pretty funny. I don't think that's super effective though at actually killing anyone. Engineer and DPS warrior. Yep, stun warrior. Sounds
Okay, I've made my decision.
All right.
Support Ellie with Glass Cannon Guardian.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's really strong.
Glass
Yeah.
Cannon Guardian is kind of hilarious right now.
There is a spec with
Very
Glass
hilarious.
Cannon Guardian that when we were playing and messing around with it, it was so bonkers. I almost pooped my pants. Just my pants almost exploded. Like the damage it did and the survivability, it had like 3k armor. It was doing like 2k. I couldn't believe it. It's because that one trait tree.
Is it their bottom one?
No, it's the one that gives toughness and
Toughness
crit
and crit damage, yeah. 30,
My mind
30
exploded,
baby.
dude. And tier three has a trait that makes your one-handers have a 15% more crit chance. So like, what? That tree is so good. And then you stick that with the support Ellie, and just neither of them will die. I mean, it's just so good.
I like how Arena wants meaningful traits. They're like, meaningful, eh? They like big numbers, probably. We're gonna call this the big number trait.
No, we're gonna call this the "you always take 30" of this tree because there's so much good stuff in there. Like every
I love those
build,
trees.
you want to dip into it. Ugh.
Yeah, I was hoping with the new tiered system that they put in a few BWEs ago, I thought that like that was going to solve that problem where like people were like, I absolutely need this much in
It
this
will.
tree, but it hasn't. There's still like that one OP thing that you absolutely need, and
Yeah, but it'll balance. Probably, hopefully.
Good attitude there.
Uh-huh.
Well, each profession right now has this one. Oh, and this is like the 100 Blades discussion, and I know there's a bunch of threads on it. Everyone's like, nerf 100 Blades. I'm like, how about you just get stability, dodge, break stun, like just.
I have the perfect counter for 100 blades, and it's just don't stand in it. I mean,
It's not like immobilize
They
is really
come at
common
you.
or anything.
Dodge.
Like, here they come. You're like, to the left.
I will admit though, there is some pretty crazy stuff you can do with 100 blades.
Oh, yeah.
The damage needs to go down a bit, but I think it's a good trade-off. You're immobile, but you're doing this damage. You know, it's avoidable.
I think one of the biggest problems with it is it's too easy to combo into it because there's too many ways to stop someone from moving.
Sure, sure.
Like a lot of that comes from immobilize. Like I'm more okay with the knockdown frenzy into 100 blades than the other methods of.
Yeah, I just don't like it at a competitive level because it's gimmicky.
Yes.
It's so easy to avoid. But I do agree in a team fight when it's a little chaotic. It's. But I mean, when we played against teams, we always looked out for that warrior with that greatsword because we knew. That was our main focus. Oh, that warrior's running a greatsword. We gotta really focus him down.
Yeah, and also that's probably a good idea to go for the warrior in that case because he's probably running res banner with frenzy. So yes, taking him out first is a good idea.
Dat stability, has frenzy, 2-second stomp, can't stop. So good.
Yeah, it's not something you'd expect. Go for the warrior first, but it seems to be a smart thing these days.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's just part of the meta. Like,
It does.
once you
And
see
you
the
need a
weapons-
condition guy in your team so you can kill him when he's 25% health and endures pain.
Oh yeah, good call.
Oh.
And someone corrected me on my YouTube video. That's fine. I'm not an expert. Endure Pain does not ignore condition damage. So when you're your Necro or Ranger or Engineer and your Condi King, you know, you can laugh at Endure Pain. You will knock them down still. Okay, next question. Let's see here.
I didn't even think about that.
Oh yeah.
Venom share and 100 blades.
Ooh,
Chat.
that's gross.
That's pretty strong.
I need to. Who
like
did
a
that? I need to
5v5
ban that
team
guy.
is
Stop
right
that.
now.
Oh, that's unsound again, dude. I'm going to kick you from the team because apparently I'm the leader. No,
He's telling all your elite strats. You know.
he's telling all our elite strats. No, all right. Pat the Ad says, ask them what attacks they watch out for depending on professions they are facing. Dodge rolling on 100 blades. Hey, we just talked about that. Dodging rapid fire, thief unloading, just big attacks. So when you see a profession and you see a weapon, what are you looking out for if you want to list some key things?
So, yeah, thief unloading is pretty strong, but when you see a mesmer clone unloading at you, make sure you dodge that.
Why
That's
is
an
it
important
stronger
one.
than the thief?
I don't know,
why
but
does
it's
it hurt so
very
much?
fucking powerful.
It hurts.
Other than
much.
that, Dragon's Tooth, because you know you're gonna Dragon's Tooth,
That's
and then they're
scary. You're like, look up,
they're
you're
hit
like,
you,
no.
and then fire grab you.
99% of red circles on the ground.
Yep.
Yeah, but what are the important
I
red
thought we
circles?
learned this from WoW like 8 years ago.
Eviscerate's the most important one. All
Most
probably
important.
Bull's charge.
Dragon's Tooth, Bull's Charge.
When a warrior is charging at you, that's a good time to dodge.
Why is he
But you have
so
to identify
fearless?
which charge it is. That's the
That's
issue.
true.
Yeah. Throw bolus. Good times. Okay. Let's move on.
Throw
to
bolus, you step one step to
you
the
can
left and
watch
I'll miss.
out.
Yeah.
Or
It's kind of
if there's
slow
a
too.
warrior, or if there's a bleed spec ranger, when they use sharpening stones, you can see the little icon, and then you know that they're probably going to axe to you next. So
I
you want to dodge.
ask you a question.
What
Yeah.
I'm more scared about on a ranger, a short bow, is that number 2 skill. Don't poison me, bro. Don't poison me for 30 seconds. Please.
Short
It
was
hurts.
so good. Where's Lowell? I know he's in here. He's gonna start saying something witty. Let's move topics. We have Haterade in the Twitch channel. He's of Team Shadow Refuge. Shout out to them. Hopefully they're on the show at some point. Are there any amulets that aren't in game that you'd like to see? AKA, what combinations do you think should be in there? And that's kind of like a weird question, but I think there's some combinations people would like to see.
Main Condi, and then off Toughness, Vitality.
Wait, what was the question? I'm sorry.
Sure. It is, what combinations for amulets and jewels would you like to see?
Ah,
Yeah.
combinations for amulet. I don't know. That's tricky because what I'd like to see would probably be OP.
Exactly.
Healing bite.
Healing.
Yeah,
right.
But the third stat would have to be toughness, or it would be worse than the toughness one.
Healing, Toughness,
And that
Fit.
wouldn't work.
it'd be like
That wouldn't work.
healing, crit damage, and precision, or something like that, with a little bit of
Oh,
power.
no, you can't have crit damage and precision. That's silly. That would be way
Like-
too strong.
Like instead of like a berserker's amulet, but instead of the vitality, like healing, because I think vitality sucks.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Oh,
I
damn.
like Vitality.
I'm an anti-vitality
Well,
guy.
do you like, do you
Yeah.
like toughness?
I'm-
Do you like
Vitality.
I
toughness?
love
Yeah.
toughness.
Okay.
I'm giving
Toughness
you
is
a high
healing.
five right now.
That-
Here,
that's a
Aw,
that's a
man.
high five for you.
I'm stealing this high five. Come here.
Yeah.
Because this is another topic I didn't want to bring up for this episode because there's so many topics. Everyone's like, toughness is crap in PvP. I don't know. I'm running around with my warrior on like 18k HP. Everyone's like,
Good.
he has a small HP, and that's not a. Never mind. So
Oh.
I'm like running around with like max toughness. I'm like, what you gonna do? Because guess what? My shouts are even more effective because my HP pool is smaller, but my shouts are more effective. So I'm just lolling it up, healing myself like a champ.
Yeah,
No.
but that only works like if you have a
Percentage.
way to heal yourself
Yeah.
Let me
Everyone
just-
does.
and a consistent way to do so.
Oh yeah.
Vitality
Let me
has
just,
its place, but
I just
Go
have
ahead.
to say this. It's different from every other. I see. Oh, everyone always says HP is king in every PvP game. Well, guess what? There's no dedicated healers in this game to fill your HP pool. So that automatically means because all your healing comes from self healing, and I look at it like you have a certain maximum heals per second you can maintain on your class, and that's it. So you want to try and keep your heals per second, self heals per second, going as long as possible. And what's the best stat for that? Toughness, because it mitigates a lot of damage, and Condi removal is good for that too.
Yep. The only purpose Bite really serves right now, and it's not actually the anti-Condi, but it's just so you can't get burst down in 1 CC. And the only classes that really have to focus on that are Ellies and Thieves, because they have really low natural HP pools. I guess Guardians as well. You kind of want to sit around, I don't know, 15k or higher.
Yeah, but on Nelly you can get around it by running a bunch of stun breakers. But yeah, in general,
Just run
yeah,
around like a pansy.
you really
Yeah.
don't care about vitality on the Necro Warrior though. It's like
Nope.
why do I care? I don't.
Even
Even at
Necro,
zero
you just-
fight, they've already got more HP than I think is needed.
yeah, even on NG, Mesmer, whatever the other classes I'm forgetting, I feel like it's not necessary. You just need toughness. If you're an Ellie, you obviously, or a Guardian, you obviously need like plus 300 vitality. You can be fine. And then I'd locate more stats and toughness if you want to live longer.
Actually, stacking Vite might be good if you're on like 4 Guardians and they all book for you.
Yeah, then there'd be enough ally healing for that to work. Yeah.
Yep.
That book, it's kind of good.
So whatever.
That book is ridiculous.
I just gotta say, when we're streaming the footage, I kept looking at it, the chat room, and I'd always see Unsounded, again, the guy I hate in the chat room. He'd pop a bubble. He's like, "Hold on, my ult's coming," and everyone, as soon as they see like a full heal, they're like, "What the hell is that?" Because they don't know the game mechanics that well. I had a hearty laugh every time. Guaranteed.
Plus, it
freak
looks
out
really
chat room.
cool too. It just looks awesome,
It does.
as well as being freaking ridiculous.
Oh, not Unsounded. That's fail. I'm sorry.
I
got
think-
too mixed up.
I think Poison needs to affect that heal. I mean, it'd still be extremely strong, even with if it was cut down by 33%.
Well, doesn't poison technically affect it? It's just
Nope.
the number is so high that it always full heals you.
No, the number is always 100%, so no matter
Oh,
what
it's
healing
like-
reduction you have, it's just going to be
I
your
thought it
max
actually
HP.
had a number.
I apparently got two people mixed up, but that means I hate them even more. Okay, next
I
topic.
hate-
I don't even know who I hate. I just hate everyone. I'm like, why is this guy saying I hate him? I'm like, oh, I mixed them up. Anyways, let's move on here. Let's go to question 5. Link from Team Synergy, who, again, maybe a team we could have on the show. Let's talk later, right? What do you think about the fact there's there's no ELO system at release? I think we're gonna have a group answer for this, honestly.
I think the tournaments can fix that.
How am I supposed to wave my e-penis if there's not a number
Yeah.
tattooed on it?
I think having a personal elo is really important, and it's something that shouldn't be ignored. They need to address it soon after launch.
I agree, but we could probably work around it using tournaments as long as, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
here's the thing. You know, I'm on at 3 in the morning. All my buddies are sleeping. I just want to solo queue with a bunch of other people who are solo queuing, and I want to
They're
get my
not
personal
retard.
rating up. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I'm on that train. I want to
And I
be
was-
able to aspire for something at all
Yeah,
times.
and during the stress test, I was sitting there. It's like, you guys, you know what's going to make this game really fun is if we could just do 5v5s all day long and just have a rating with it. We could really see who's top dog.
Well, that's
Like-
what we're going to eventually see.
Yeah, I mean that's what's missing for me right now, personally, is to keep me wanting to play pubs. I never want to play pubs. I just don't like how they play out right now. But
Yeah.
I would want a pub if I could solo queue with 9 other people who are also solo queuing, so we're all kind of on a level playing field.
Hmm.
So, short answer, everyone wants it. We know it's coming. They've talked about it. Hey.
Well, even if it's just something in the background, would be nice. It's just annoying when you're a new player, or even like an older player who's just like beating on people who don't know what they're doing. It's
Yeah,
GG. You know what I mean? It's not.
to be able to separate into ELO brackets would be good. I mean, it's good to know exactly how big your EPN is, so that you know how much you can improve still. Like if you're topping out the ELO, where you're like, okay, well, I'm doing pretty well, or if you're only like 600 ELO, then you suck and you need to improve. Like solo ELO really helps teams too, because you can more easily pick out who you want to recruit rather than just going for a random and hoping it works out. It's like, oh, that guy actually has 2600 ELO. He actually doesn't suck. We should give him a chance.
I hope that they build on the system that other games have used and kind of change it. I don't know if just using the system that League uses or some of the other competitive games use is like the definite way of doing things. I think that they could probably, I don't know, find a better system in order to attain the same goal.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's move on from there. We're gonna go back to, let's see, labeled question 4. We have this guy was super awesome in the chat. He was answering questions left and right. He's in the UK, had to go sleep. And I'm going to slaughter his name, just like I slaughter everyone else's name, and just like how I hate everyone. So, Cythrex, who wrote a really kick-butt...
You mean Cypher?
Cythrex. It's in the show notes. Look at that.
Okay.
There you go. He wrote a really kick-butt ranger guide on Guru. But on the Twitch channel, he asked, how do you recommend finding and joining a competitive team? And you guys might have different answers as different teams, but of course, this is a game that's in pre-release, so it's kind of an awkward topic. So what team wants to grapple that first?
Google.com. That's how I found mine.
The question is, if I were a solo player and I was looking to join or just meet up with other guys who want to be competitive?
Yeah. Well, okay. Like, let's use my example. Even though I'm with a fan site, I'm trying to get better at PvP. I'm watching a lot of, videos. I consider myself somewhat comprehensive, even though I'm making lots of mistakes this podcast. What would I do? Would I contact them? Should I go to their website? What would I do to try and get better and join a team? And I'm out in the open. I have no contacts.
Number one thing you need to do is you need to play and you need to practice, and that's if you really want to take the game seriously and competitively, just play and practice. I mean,
a lot.
Arrow's right. I mean, the biggest thing is if you are a really good player, teams are going to find you because they're going to hear about you. I mean, even just logging into a game now, it doesn't have to be Guild Wars 2, for example, but you'll find that someone who just logs in, starts playing with, just randos and is really good will just slowly meet more people who are on their playing field, and people are going to say, hey, dude, grab that guy, he's good. And it's just going to keep progressing. And then it's up to you later at that point, because you'll kind of know the community, know several of the teams hopefully by then, after you've been playing for quite some time.
This just goes back to the ELO thing,
then you'll be able to find a good team and, maybe they have an application process or just tap balls and, talk to them. Most of them do have recruiters or some form of HR.
I hate to go back to the ELO thing, but, like in League of Legends, when I started trying to get semi-competitive into that game, I climbed pretty high on the solo queue ladder in Season 1, and I met up with a whole bunch of other Season 1 guys who were just floating around 2K, 2.1K. We're like, hey, let's make a team. And that's how I got started into that. So just playing really well and having it stand out and just finding other people who are in your same position. Just be social, I guess. That's how Super Squad ended up forming. We were really social during Beta Weekend 2. We met up with another French 3-man, and we merged our teams, our little groups together, and had some pretty good success over Beta Weekend 3. So, can't wait for launch. Lots of teams talking some mess, and we gotta show them we're the real deal.
Alpha Collective is similar too. Some of us have been playing with playing as a group, in previous games, but we did pick up people like Quark and Keto, who are just new players that we just found. And I think that you can really find some really good players even in a beta system, but it's really hard right now because people want to see you play well, and if they have no way of seeing how good you're going to do in an RPG PvP scenario, then it's hard to be okay, we want you on our team. And so we have Siori and Chetra, they're both recruits right now. It's hard to even say, yes, we want you on our team when we don't know how well they're going to play whenever it comes out.
Okay. I have 2 plugs real quick. The first is, it's not intentional talking about community so much, but it's something that we keep going back to almost unintentionally because it's so critical. Right now, it's a game that's about to release. It's not for sure an esport. I mean, it's not like it's a guarantee. No one's giving the game a golden or silver platter or anything. So the community has to be really important, be together, promote each other, cross-promote. That includes teams, that includes websites, that includes both of them. So when you see someone running a tournament, and you're like, well, that team has a bunch of jerks. Well, okay, I don't care what you talk about on the forums. Get into the tournament, play each other, promote it, stream it, do whatever. So that's my rant real quick there.
On the note of jerks.
Oh.
Don't be a jerk. 'Cause those
Don't be a
teams that
jerk.
are
Don't be a
continually
dickday.com.
being jerks
Mhm.
and have bad manner are not going to make it far because people are going to hear about you.
Most
and-
tournaments are invitational.
yeah, and they're not going
Yeah.
to invite
The
you
high-end
when you're
ones are,
being.
yes.
We've already
lunch.
decided, if you're gonna bad manner us during scrims, whether it's just whatever, we're just not gonna scrim you. And I hope a lot of people take up that whole philosophy too.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yep.
we're scrimming, we're practicing against each other. We're not here to be competitive. Like, I guess the best example is in the Korean competitive community. The reason Koreans are so good is not because they have higher APM. There's a lot of European players, StarCraft 2 players, that have the similar APM. Korean community, when they fight each other, they talk to each other. They know why they're losing. They like, you beat me, what's going on? And they'll talk to each other. I don't know if people are aware of this, but that's what goes on in the StarCraft 2 Korean community. And that's
And
what
Not only
we would
that,
like to
but
see in here.
Their
But they-
practice regimen.
yeah, they
care about
practice
the game.
together.
And
They
Care.
actually
Match.
send some of their teammates to practice with those other teams, and I know that like Super Squad and our teams we're pretty good on like the, friendship level. So
Well, there's no reason to be jerks. It's like, why
Yeah.
should we not get along? Like,
Mm.
this provides nothing. Okay, so we have a lot to say on that. Just kind of moving forward still. Number 2, I linked it in chat. I'll link it again through my handy dandy right click, paste, enter button. There we go. GW2 Ringer IRC channel. You can go in there. It's going to be a really cool way to basically say, hey, I'm this role on this profession, I'm proficient with this and that, and of course I have a whole system in place that's more organized, much more than I, and it's like, hey, I'm rank this, Glory rank that, I'm looking for group, and then people can post their groups and saying like have mumble, have vent, etc. If you spam it, of course, like it's an auto ban and stuff, but it's gonna be a really cool way until there's an elo system to play with people and meet people, communicate with them on just grouping together, finding a team. So that's another way. I'm going to be using it because, again, I'm not in a team. So, and even if I was, if we're down a person, it's like 3 or 4 a.m. on a weekend, pick someone up from there, super
Yep.
easy.
And the thing is, even though it's so simple to actually put in information in there, the level of skill you're going to get, the skill jump, because someone that actually cares about the game is going to do it, whereas someone who's just like, I play this game whenever I want, and I think I'm a hot shot, they're not going to be at the same level. Like, finding someone just on the internet, because through the system, is going to be a lot better.
No, it's just like any other game, and we'll talk about it every time. StarCraft League, fighting games especially, those have been the most competitive for 2 decades. You have to play with other players. You have to get better. You have to play with guys that are better than you or at least equal, and you just have to keep it up. So don't do hot join. It's gross. That's what I'm trying to say under this all.
Oh,
How
it's
about
very
that
gross.
8v8?
10v10? Yeah.
I think it should be 5v5 in the hot joint. What do you guys
Mm.
think?
Oh, God.
yeah,
I very much agree.
5v5.
But
8v8 so zergy.
I think there should be options for both, but not one or the other. That's not going to work.
Sobin will defend the game. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I would definitely pick 5v5 over 8v8, but some people might want to do, like, a kind of a zerg, like, just to screw around
Some
with.
people
Who?
like it.
Who?
It should be an
Really?
option.
Really? I haven't met anyone who prefers
Okay,
8v8.
so when we were like,
Okay, when
Yeah,
you're trolling,
yeah.
that 8v8's definitely the better target.
It's not even good for testing builds. It's just silly.
I did notice that 8v8 on Kylo felt a lot different than 8v8 on Legacy.
Yeah.
Legacy is messy. Everyone runs to the middle, and you're just like, what's going on? Oh.
Yeah,
I think-
I agree with that for sure.
The biggest problem with 8v8 is the maps are so small, and there's not enough capture points to send people to that splits the teams up into smaller groups. And if they are running all together, they're not. Most of the time, they're not all running together, but most of the time they have enough where they can put, one person here and one person there, and then the rest of them are just running around ganking everyone. And it doesn't like split people up enough. There needs to either be extra capture points for 8v8 or just bigger map in general so that the capture points are further apart. So it's actually hindrance on you to send all 5 of your guys over there, because if you do, then the other 2 guys are probably going to die, hopefully, right? And those 2 points are not going to be, you'll yours anymore. And
Yeah,
you have to make a choice.
Is
The
that
truth is, sorry.
you have such a little impact on it that I pretty much just stopped caring if I win or lost. So it's just like, I'll kill this guy, I guess. I'll take this point, I guess. But in the end, it didn't really matter because there was 7 other people that just...
Don't lie, Quark. We all know what you were doing. You were in a trebuchet, just trebucheting people down.
No, I didn't trebuchet in the hot joins because I don't personally think it was very good streaming footage. So I was just like, I don't want to let my viewers just watch me fucking press 1 all day.
I'd watch
So I
it.
just went and did other things.
I just think
Then
the real problem is that if people want to turn it into deathmatch, and they can, if both teams are not doing that, it's just going to be very unfun for either team, no matter the size of the team. Like if they're roaming around as 5, they could lose, but they could still be having fun, and you could win, and you'd not be having fun. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea. I like changing them to be more of like a deathmatch in 8v8. That would be actually kind of crazy.
That would benefit the
That'd be great because you can kind of
inherent
put the
style.
people. You can keep them. You can put the people who want to do death matches in the 8v8s, and people more, want to do like the more strategic 5v5s in those.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, let's move on. Some more specific questions rather than the very broad ones. Wrapping things up here. We have one about mesmers, so someone's gonna have to tackle this because I'm asking it. Tick Gillis, who is he's on Twitter and he asked in Twitch, and he's actually in the chat right now, I believe. He earlier asked, is it more effective to leave clones alive or shatter on 3? I don't know what that means. And is it better to not produce clones in order to keep phantasms up?
Shatter for that
Depends.
confusion?
Well, it depends on what your build is. Either if they can do a lot of damage when they shatter, sure, go make 3 shatter. Make 3 shatter them. But if they're just not really useful except for anything besides...
If you're pulling out like a
decoys.
duelist, then you want to keep him up because he's OP.
always
Keep them up for the
duelist
unload,
up.
sure.
Oh, that's foreign to me. Mesmers are weird.
I mean, the pistol, is it 5 for Mesmer, someone's illusionary duelist? He'll unload.
4.
Unload after the unload, not during the unload.
Maybe we should just explain the different clones that they can spawn, and then also their little F1 through F3 abilities, so that people can kind of understand it.
Is this a pop quiz on Mesmers when we all don't play Mesmer main?
You guys
Quark
are
does.
good. I'm sorry.
I know there's shatters off the top of my head.
Yeah, me too.
F1 it just does damage for each clone that shatters. F2 is the confusion.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It applies confusion for each clone that shatters. F3 is a daze for each clone that shatters, and F4 is a 1 second invuln for each clone you have up, and it shatters the clones. So, I mean, it's all situational. I mean, if you're running a confusion build, obviously your F2 is going to be used in conjunction with your Condi stacking, almost on cooldown.
In addition, your phantasms do much less damage as a Condi spec, so you don't have to keep them up as much.
Yeah. And it's situational too. Say, when I don't play Mesmer that much. If you're getting flurried by a warrior or something, you can shatter your clones during that immobilized or flurried with the F4 to avoid all the flurry stacks. So, I mean, it's situational. That's how I view most of the shatters.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully your illusions are close enough to actually get there in time, but yeah. See, a good thought.
Mesmers are weird.
Hopefully it'll work.
That's what we're doing. We have Rush, who's one of the writers for BNC on Twitter. He asked, how many of you have tunnel vision when fighting?
None of us?
That's a lie. That's
Tunnel-
This is
totally
a trick
tunnel
question. We're grading these questions. You guys caught us.
So for tunnel vision, I played a lot of support for League of Legends, which definitely gets you out of the tunnel vision kind of area because you have to know everything at all times and tell your team.
All the things.
But when I do go into like that damage roll or a Guild Wars 2 roll, sometimes when I get tunnel vision, I get it hard. And there's one thing on my mind, I don't care about anything else, which is really bad. But most of the time, I can manage to just stay out of tunnel vision and see if someone going down. Like, that's the main thing you have to watch out for, is when people are coming in or leaving your fight, and where they're going, and when people go down.
Well, I'm gonna branch that question just so it's more applicable rather than like a loaded type thing. Is that what do you guys try to look for during the match? Like, I don't know, when you're driving, ideally you're looking at your back window every once. I'll see if someone's ramming you in the back, but whatever. Do you look at your mini map every couple seconds? Do you try to make sure you still have all the points? Like, what in your head are you trying to check every once in a while, like on?
I will say this: the developers said that they want to make a game that's based around your character, not your UI, and I think they're succeeding. I'm usually paying attention to my character. I'll glance up at the point control, so I know as a 5v5 competitive sense, so I can just kind of see what's going on what's neutralized. But for the most part, I'm just looking at my character and
Yeah.
just so I know how to, because dodge rolls, blinds, dodge rolls, Aegis, there's all these avoid mechanics that you should be doing, and you just got to be paying attention to everything around your character, which is awesome.
Great.
A lot of those tunnel visual, tunnel vision situations come from, they can be avoided by lots of good team communication that keeps you out of tunnel visioning something. And so it's like, 3 guys are coming to my point. Okay, I'm going to just leave instead of die.
Mm-hmm.
It's just smart team play helps avoid tunneling. Tunneling is, you hurt your team more than yourself usually.
Definitely. I mean,
the other thing I look at a lot, and I try to look at it as much as I can, is the team HP bars and whatnot that shows team HP conditions and whatnot.
Do you guys use the condensed ones on that note?
Yes.
Condensed what?
I
Part UI.
I prefer them. Is there any benefit to not condensing them?
I actually never tried condensed, so I don't know the difference.
It's just the compact or the non-compact ones. Does it even have an HP bar, or is it like weird looking?
Yeah, it has an HP bar.
Yeah, it has an HP.
Huh.
It just has like the face, right? Like your little
face.
character face thing, which is annoying and unnecessary.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
I'm just wondering who does what, with the UI. So, okay. So tunnel vision.
The only reason I do not have the smallest UI setting possible is because I can't read the numbers on the potions and the wards.
And you're 16 by 10, which is terrible.
16 by 10 forever and always.
No,
it's the best.
No, 16 by 10 can go. Fly a kite.
Yeah, I generally try to minimize my UI so that it takes up less space so I can actually see what's going on.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's do one more. Okay, this can open another bag of... You guys keep asking broad questions, and that's what I'm supposed to do. Here's a question regarding damage. Are pure crit, just like straight damage builds, viable, or is it crit mostly useful just for proccing sigil effects? That's from Red Jar, who I think went to sleep. He's in UK, I think. I don't know.
There's always going to be that sweet spot. Crit damage is definitely really good right now. That I wouldn't say go full in on anything ever, because if you can do 10 damage, but you crit and you do 200% crit damage, whatever, then you're doing 30 damage, whoopee. But if you have 15 damage and you do 150%, and I don't know that math right now, but it's going to be higher. So don't go straight like everything. Make a little power, but crit damage is definitely viable, and I would say probably generally better than straight power builds.
Crit damage is, you need crit for it.
Yeah.
If you don't have ready access to Fury, I say a good base amount would be like 20% crit. That's if you have almost 100% uptime on Fury. But if you don't have good access to Fury, I'd say 40% is the lowest amount you want crit chance before you start using crit damage. But they're kind of a stat that goes hand in hand. You need at least, my rule of thumb, 40% crit. Let's start getting some crit damage.
Yep, that's pretty sound, and you don't want over 70% crit chance. I did some testing last beta weekend event, and you run into diminishing returns past that.
Huh. I didn't know.
That's assuming a lot of different factors, but yeah. I was doing testing on the Guardian Glass Cannon build, which is the only class, well, one of the only classes that can actually get that high innately without Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That build, that trait, that whole trait line needs to be just ripped out of the game.
Yeah.
No, just change one of the like plus traits on it. We'll be fine. Like so, it's not toughness and crit damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but crit damage is very valid, but you have to like focus on it almost. Like when you're going Berserker Amulet, you want to go Glass Cannon, blow people up. Crit damage becomes instantly viable because you already have that crit available to you, the crit chance available to you, and 15% on the Amulet, 5% on the Jewel. Like all that combined is just strong at a base level, and then if you focus your build around it and your items as well, it just gets kind of out of control.
Kind of going back to what Cork said, if you don't have a balance of power, precision, and crit damage, don't focus on getting crit damage. Okay, if you have low power but high crit, don't get crit damage. It's not going to help you out as much as just getting high crit and high power. That's just my experience with running power builds. So.
Yeah, what kind of build can you actually do? I'm thinking like the amulets, like precision, condition damage, vitality.
Rampagers, if I recall, had really high precision. It had low power, and medium condition. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
that
I would not put crit damage.
Yeah, Rampager's high precision, then has the low power and vitality and medium condi damage.
Yeah, that's a situation I wouldn't use crit damage ever with that amulet. I'd probably... wouldn't use crit damage with that.
Yeah.
Celestial amulet everywhere.
Oh, that's so bad. It's like jack of all trades, crap of all trades.
In this,
it's like Divinity Runes, only not as sexy. It's like Divinity Runes' fat, ugly cousin.
Yep.
Very fat,
way
very
too
ugly.
strong.
Way too strong? I don't know about that.
Divinity?
I'm just
Blows
gonna-
No,
everything.
Divinity is way too strong. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Isn't it
Divinity is
different, though?
strong. She bench presses a monster truck, but no. Celestial Amulet, not so much.
Oh yeah.
a lot
that's
of
pretty
people use
simple.
Divinity for their builds.
Divinity is master carrier.
Well,
Real strong.
It's like a go-to. It's like I really don't know what I want. Divinity.
It's like I know what I want. I want damage. Divinity. I want survivability. Divinity. Like there's Divinity, then Doliac, Melandrew,
Affliction Crate.
something else.
I feel like the problem
And,
isn't
like,
with
those are your
Divinity,
rings.
to be honest. I feel like it's the problem with all other rune sets.
I think
not being
that'll be a
sexy.
topic for another show. Honestly, is gear selections.
We're all over the place.
Yeah, we're gonna cut it off at here. So, feedback time. So this is our first format of this stuff. Obviously, we've transitioned to structured PvP. Alpha Collect has been awesome. Super Squad's been awesome. Everyone who's communicated with us saying, "Hey, we'd like to be on in the future," awesome. Keep it up. Use our contact form on gw2bnc.com. We'd love to have more people on here. We'd like to make this more frequent. Especially when the game goes live and we have community functions and qualifiers and tournaments. It's up to you guys really to make it happen, just like the Super Squad guys said in the last podcast. It's up to the community for really making this a success. I mean, the Arena can do box sales, super. We kind of need to carry this esport competitive aspect until they have the ELO system and do their tournaments. So it's up to us. If you like this format, let us know. If you don't like it, let us know. Tell us everything. Make sure you follow us on here and YouTube. You guys have anything else to say? That's awkward. Wow.
I was just staring at Dustin on my keyboard
Gundam
while you're...
style.
I'm like reading all
Yeah.
of the chat right now.
Yeah, chat's going crazy. Shave the neck beard? Yeah, I have to. Otherwise, my girlfriend's leaving me. We went over that. She's probably watching and shaking her head.
No, but what you said is so true.
What it's worth, Failure, I like the neck beard.
Yeah, me too.
I think you should keep it.
No, don't tell me that. I'm easily persuaded. This is terrible.
It's so unique.
How many people just grow
It
the
is
neck
very
beard?
unique.
Just grow the
Maybe-
neck beard, but just nothing else.
I don't
It's
have to
amazing.
Yeah.
shave. I barely have to shave.
I love it.
It's kind of nice.
Maybe you could split it and call it like Descended Mutton Chops.
Okay, so that's the question of the week, guys. Do I keep the neck beard? Please tweet us.
Oh, dude, you should
And-
do a vote, and then you should shave it.
Oh, okay. I'm seriously gonna do this. Leperzi, you're terrible. If you guys tweet our account, you need to get Twitter, gw2bnc.com. I will do a poll. Whoever wins depends on if I shave it by next episode, which should be Monday, or not. Just keep half. Okay, thank you.
Shave half. Oh my gosh, yes.
I will do that. I'll actually shave it, and I actually have an important interview coming up, so this is up to you guys. I'll have to trim it up, but
Wait. You have an interview? Shave it.
Yeah.
I might have an interview. We'll see.
How important is the interview?
Do
I'm
you
not
actually
talking
care about
this. This is
it?
the podcast. This is
Oh, okay.
I'm not
No,
talking
I
about
think
detail.
they mean like a job.
okay.
No, we're talking about like the next episode.
Oh.
You have to like shave half
No.
or all or keep it.
Keep it.
Yeah, for a job interview, of course you keep it.
Take stripes into it.
I'm getting trolled. What's going on?
Shave Guild Wars 2 and do it.
What would Sai do? Okay, yeah, people are
Shave
dropping
it.
off because I said we're gonna end it. But hey, everyone, you guys have been awesome. I'm gonna continue streaming footage. If you have good PvP footage, let me know. We'll somehow exchange it, and I'll throw you on the stream. I'm just gonna have the stream up like 12 hours a day, so you can just watch PvP all day until release. So, okay, you guys have to have outros. Say something witty. Come on now.
Oh, I have no idea what to say for an outro.
Well, let us know where we can find Super Squad.
Oh, well, we don't have a website right now.
Super Squad.
We are
You guys
working on
do
it.
Be super.
It will
Yeah,
get it. We do
coming.
have a YouTube channel. Just Super Squad GW2 or GW2 Super Squad. I forget what it is.
Super Squad.
I'll link it in
GW2.
chat.
Also, for people
Super
wondering what
Squad
server we're going to be
GW2.
on, we do not know yet.
Yeah, a lot of people ask us what server we're going to be on. We don't know yet. Hopefully our site will be up a little bit before launch. We'll announce it on the site. Other than that, just check out our YouTube channel. We got all links to our streams and stuff. We'd love to see you guys on our streams. So we love our fans. We like you guys. Come check us out. We're going to be streaming 24/7 at launch. So
Yeah.
Yeah, Alpha
For a few
Collective.
days until
You can
PAX.
find Alpha Collective at alphacollective.org, and all of their social network links are right there. You can find the Twitter, their Twitch, Facebook. You can also click on our team, and you can see all of our specific links if you want to. So you can find Samoa, Quark, and me. And yeah, give us a follow. Let us know what you guys want to see. We'll be also streaming as much as possible. And yeah. It'll be fun. I can't wait, and I hope that we can continue to grow this community, and especially the esports scene for Guild Wars 2. And like we've been saying, it's all up to you guys. So be sure to give Boons and Conditions a follow at boonsandconditions.com as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. She's a plugger. She's a plugger.
Yeah,
Look at that.
she took my lines, man.
Oh, darn. Now we're gonna have to skip
God.
you.
Okay, skip me.
All right. Quark, got
I
anything
would
with
like to
anybody?
thank
Okay.
Refreshy, the best of Safeway brands.
We can't put this on
Um,
YouTube. They're gonna sue us. No.
Oh crap!
No.
But I'm doing good things for them.
Yeah.
You can see me stream random things until Guild Wars 2 comes out sometimes on the Alpha Collective Twitch channel. Follow me on Twitter and I'll post cool things, I guess, or whatever I'm doing. I linked both of those in the chat. You can scroll up if you want to find them.
Damn. Sobin.
They're like there.
Sobin
They're
buddy.
within one scroll.
What's up? What do you got to say? I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, we're going to be streaming a lot coming to launch. We'll have, I think we might have a few more videos to post, maybe in the next week or so.
Okay.
Can't remember if we used them all already.
I'm hounding you guys for footage. I think you guys already know that though. I want all the footage from the chat room, from SS, from AC, all the footage because we're gonna stream it and enhance the community. Okay, that sounded weird.
If you wanna support Sobin, you can buy a shirt there. I linked it in chat.
Okay. Anyways,
I'm actually ordering this right now.
for
Oh,
realsies,
man.
I'm killing this stream. You guys are wonderful. You got definitely more people than I thought were gonna turn out. Follow us, follow them. Much love. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Nerd life.
Bye.
Nerd life.